person that you've wrestled the most so far?
Oh my God. You just said her name.
If you want to become a sponsored athlete with Redcon 1, best advice I say is get your name out there, look the part, be the part, and everybody's handpicked.
We're not characters of wrestling. We are that you are going, to see.
What you see is what
on
you
the
get.
ring.
Hey guys, welcome back to another interview here on Toned In Entertainment. Today we're in Hialeah, Florida at CCW Bash at the Brew. And I'm joined by Labrava. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and Danny, how are you doing
I'm
today?
doing fantastic because we're at the brewery. We got beer, we got awesome wrestling, and we got Labrava ready to kick some butt here tonight.
Love how you just put me over like that, man. Seriously, congrats.
Well, thank you.
I thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Because I've seen you in the ring, because if I don't put you over, I'm sure there's going to be serious consequences.
You got no idea.
Yeah, not just by you, but you got two monsters sitting there watching this interview, and I'm
Yes, they
going
are.
to behave very well.
Mm-hmm. They're always watching my back. They're always watching my six, so watch out. Watch out.
Now, I don't try to watch too many interviews before I do my interviews because I don't like to ask the same questions, but I am a fan of the YouTube channel Crisscross Adventures, and you just did a little thing with them up in 3 questions. And he asked you, who your biggest influence was, and you said Ivelisse.
Yes.
Now, obviously that's who your biggest influence was, but how was that, just knowing that you would get to wrestle the person that really inspired you to become a wrestler?
It was just like every other wrestler's dream come true. You're wrestling one of your superheroes, I guess, and you learn a lot from her. She's an amazing human being. Sadly, I didn't get the W, but you know what? It's perfectly fine because you know what? At the end of the day, I still walked out a winner. I got to wrestle somebody that I looked up to, somebody that I think was a huge pioneer in the women's wrestling in general, and she's just an all-around amazing worker. I have nothing but all the utmost respect to her. She's a wonderful human being.
Okay, now a lot of people that maybe don't really pay attention to professional wrestling, they say, oh, these wrestlers, these guys and girls, they just go out there, they don't really hurt each other, they don't really take bumps and bruises. Now, the first match I ever saw you at was a match where you wrestled Persia in Orlando, Florida, and you took a nasty bump on the floor and had to be taken out on a stretcher.
Oh, okay, so here's the story.
Yes.
So we both did a crossbody on solid concrete, which BT dubs, I know that was the most dumbest thing to do, but sometimes you just gotta ante it up to get the W, right? So that's what I did. That's what she did. And my head hit the concrete, and honest to God, to this day, I still don't remember the match whatsoever. I have to watch tape back to see exactly what happened. All I remember is waking up and the promoter was telling me, you need to go to the hospital, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go. Then one of my tag team partners in Controversial Inc. comes over to me and he's like, you're gonna go to the effing hospital right the F now. Okay, no problem, no sweat. And I just go, I'm out on the stretcher, I'm being stretchered out to the ambulance, and I'm cutting a promo. I get there, 4 hours later, I have the doctors laughing and everything, which of course, duh, I'm Labrava. And then afterwards, I asked the doctors, hey, quick question, is it okay to drink after, potentially suffering a concussion? We don't recommend it, but we can't control what you do outside of the hospital. So 15 minutes later, I was at the bar with my boys having a beer.
Wow, that's a legitimate badass move right there.
I try.
Okay, because I wasn't following you on social media before then, because it was my first time at that particular show. But immediately, my wife and I went home and we're like, oh my God, we got to see what happened to that poor girl. What happened? But we saw the little thumbs up in the hospital. We're like, oh my God, I don't know, much respect to you and what you do in the ring. And
I just came back from another injury.
Another one.
Yeah, but this one, it wasn't on me. I'll say it very clearly right that was definitely not on me.
Okay.
So it was more, I got landed on my neck and on my shoulder. So I was out for 2 months. I had to cancel a couple of bookings, which I was really, really sad about. But I'm back. I'm not exactly at 100% yet, but doctors gave me the okay to wrestle. I just need to take it easy, but I don't really ever take it easy, man. You know what I mean? So I want to give the fans what they paid to see, So they came over here traveling God knows how long, how far away and stuff like that. So I want to give them a show. whether I'm the main event, whether I'm first on the card, in the middle, second half, whatever it is, I want them to go home happy.
Now, you may not be 100% in the ring, but what is 100% from you are definitely your promos that you post out there. Some of the best I've seen out there on the indies, for sure. Like, how much fun do you have doing those promos for those matches?
I love doing promos. Nobody understands. Like, whenever, like, even right now, like, I'm standing right in front of a camera, not nervous, whatever the case may be. But for me, I've been a performer since I was a little girl. You know, I was in chorus, I was in drama classes, you know, in front of a crowd. So I'm more nervous performing in front of like families and friends than I am like in a group of like 300, 1,000, 10,000 people. So I can perform in front of these people, no problem. But if it's in front of my parents or family members or anything like that, yeah, no, I'm gonna exit stage left, because, yeah, your girl doesn't do that.
Now, speaking of like a big stage, I have seen you on an episode of AEW Dark as well, too. Yes. How was that experience?
Oh, it was great. I wrestled Conti. Haven't been back since then, but I know in the near future, hopefully I will be. But it was great. Everybody over there backstage was great. The agents over there, the referees, you know, they're very welcoming and stuff like that. So it was a great experience. So anybody that's been there could probably say the same thing. At least my experience was very positive.
Now, one of the things we did mention in the interview with Controversial Inc., if you guys haven't seen that interview, the link is down below, was you guys did a trip over to Puerto Rico about a year ago.
Yes.
And I remember seeing on your Facebook at the time, you guys got stranded over there. You guys were having a lot of issues. You put up a Cash App, and I actually did donate to the Cash App as well.
Thank you so much.
I did. But can you just kind of give me a little bit of just about that whole experience? I know it was a crazy time in 2021. The flights were being canceled all the time, and just being stranded over there.
Okay, so just to summarize everything that happened, our flight was going to leave on Friday, but instead it got delayed 11 hours. So we flew in on Saturday to Puerto Rico, only had like 1 hour of sleep. That's it. We wrestled that day. It was a hell of a night. Wrestling in Puerto Rico is always amazing. It's always a great experience for us. We love going to Puerto Rico, especially since both of my guys in Controversial Inc., they happen to be from Puerto Rico. So it's always good to go back to the island. Sunday, you know, we took the day off. We went to the beach, you know, and the beaches over there. You thought the beaches here in Florida were amazing. Puerto Rico is beautiful.
I've heard.
Beautiful. And then Monday comes around and I have a text message from lovely Spirit Airlines. Spirit, I still got beef with you. They said that our flight was canceled, but when we tried to call, they had me on hold for like 8 hours. Chat services weren't responding or anything like that.
Only 8 hours.
Only 8 hours. No big deal. So we had them on speaker the entire time, and unfortunately, we got stuck in 2 weeks because at that time the COVID was like at the peak of everything. Flights were being canceled left and right. I believe, please do not quote me on this, I would have to ask the guys who are looking at me right now to see if I'm telling you guys the right information right now. I think like even boat services, like private jets and everything, they were also closed. So there was no way possible for us to get off that island. A lot of us got stranded over there. But we were lucky enough, like two and a half weeks later, we were able to go back home thanks to somebody that was willing to help us out and everything.
Did you say 2.5 weeks later?
2.5 weeks later. It was great. It was great. So we stayed. Luckily, we have a friend over there that was more than nice enough to let us crash over in his house, the couch. You know, there were a couple adjustments that we had to make because we're not used to living the way that it's being lived over there. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but it's just Puerto Rico. But it was great. Not great staying over there, but it was great because, you know, we still went to the beach. You know, people were more than welcoming to like help us out with like any kind of provisions that we needed, resources and stuff. So it was great. I thank you to the people that actually donated, because now I just realized that you were one of them. So thank you very much. And thank you to the people that are watching this interview. Thank you for donating. And if you didn't, well, I know that everybody was going through a struggling time, so I completely understand. I will let it pass.
It's like I had like, you know, a lot of reservations about going out of the country there for a while. I feel confident now here in October of 2022. Are you feeling more confident about traveling again and doing stuff?
Yeah, I think so. The only thing is the hurricane that just happened too. So it's like Puerto Rico can't get a break.
Right.
So everybody, please pray for Puerto Rico. They're going through a rough time right now with Hurricane Ian. So thoughts and prayers go out to the lovely Isla del Encanto.
That's right. We just had Hurricane Ian down here 4 days ago here in Miami, and you guys are out of Central Florida. Is that correct?
So Salazar and I are actually actually based out of Tampa, and Mr. C is based out of Orlando. So we are lucky enough that we live like in the outskirts of Tampa, so we didn't get hit as bad, even though power went out to a lot of people over there, but we got it back within 24 hours. And then Mr. C, he was good in standing, and he never lost power. So we were one of the very fortunate ones that didn't take a big damage from Hurricane Ian. But everybody else, I hope everything gets better. I hope you guys get your power back, and reach out to the resources over there so you guys can get the help that you need.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy out there. We hope everybody
See,
gets
the
their lives
people
back
that think that I'm a mean person, I'm not that mean, okay? I still care.
One of the sweetest people on the planet right here, Labrava. Don't let her fool you with that rough, nasty attitude in the ring.
I don't know. I can switch it up very quick.
Okay, I don't want to find that out then. What's in the future for Labrava?
We got a couple of things coming up, and we're making a couple of debuts in a couple of new different companies this upcoming year, closing out 2022, so we're going to go out big and strong. Tonight, we're at Bash at the Brew, and I'm going to be wrestling Ashley. You know what? I messed up her last name in the promo that I did, too.
Oh, yeah, but she has such an easy name to pronounce.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't?
No.
No?
D'Amboise, Dubois, D'Amboise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really don't care. It's actually D something. I don't know what it is. But regardless of the fact, it's our first time ever wrestling each other in a CCW ring. Actually, ever, even though we've shared a locker room together. But trust me, sweetheart, if you happen to watch this interview, I'm going to kick your ass today. Plain and simple.
I like the feistiness going on right now.
Thank you.
Now, the first time that you ever went to go train as a professional wrestler, you walked into the gymnasium or the school, you looked at the ring, what went through your mind?
Holy shit. I saw a lot of memorabilia like on the walls and everything, and I got to see like how they built a ring for the first time ever. So whatever you see on the internet, it is not true. That wrestling ring hurts every single time we take a fall. It hurts. But it was a dream come true. This is all I've ever wanted to do since I was a kid. I've watched wrestling since I was like 4 or 5. Like my earliest memory was Survivor Series, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. So nobody can ever forget about the freaking Montreal screw job. Nobody can ever forget that. So that was like my earliest memory in wrestling. And ever since, I just wanted to be in there, like being a larger than life character and just entertaining people and just performing for a crowd. I love the reactions from a crowd. So if you hate me, please hate me with all your guts. And if you love me, then love me with all your heart. I would really appreciate it. Thanks.
That's right, because you guys and girls really do feed off the energy of the crowd.
Yes, absolutely. I think if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today. So honestly, it's thanks to the crowd that we are doing what we're doing. So I'm happy with what I'm doing. So
You're doing a fantastic job.
oh, thank you very much.
Now, you said that you're wrestling Ashley for the very first time. Who would you say is the person that you've wrestled the most so far?
Oh my God, you just said her name.
Would it be Persia Pierce?
Yes, I have wrestled that girl God knows how many times. Stop it! I swear, she is like, she's my other half. There's no way around it. She's my arch nemesis, but all the love and respect to her too, because she's an amazing performer too. But I would be more than happy to kick your ass over and over again, but good Lord, not in Florida, no more in Florida. Bookers and promoters in other states, please, yes. Actually, I had to make a debut over in Texas, I think it was last year, and I debuted against Persia Pierce in that match. Had a hell of a match, by the way. Hell of a match. We always do.
You guys do have hell of a matches, but let's have some creativity with the bookings, right?
Yes, just a little bit. Just actually, I have a match upcoming with her in 2 weeks
Of course I do,
at IWA Florida over in Orlando, Florida, 1723 Bruton Boulevard. By the way, for anybody who wants to purchase tickets. And it's an I Quit match.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. I've never done an I Quit match, neither has she, but I'm ready to make that girl tap.
I'm looking forward to it, because the night that I actually saw you wrestle Persia, I interviewed her earlier than the night.
Did you?
That was the night I interviewed her there. Yes.
That's awesome. Everything is coming full circle.
It is coming full circle. Well, I'm going to let you go get ready for your match, because I want to see you kick some ass tonight.
Hell yeah. I'm
Yeah?
definitely kicking ass tonight.
So where can people look you up, Labrava?
So look me up on social medias. If you're on Facebook, Labrava Wrestler, and no, Wrestler is not my last name for all you smart marks out there. Instagram, Labrava Mayhem. On the Twitter, I think it's official Brava or Brava official. It's one of those two. I don't know. My dyslexia's kicking in a little bit.
That's all right. The link's down below in the
Yeah,
description.
right here, somewhere around here.
Somewhere
And then
down there.
YouTube will be Labrava Mayhem, and I am also on the TikTok. So please don't judge me for having TikTok, but I do update my TikTok very frequently, or I'm trying to at least, and it will be 6 Cents Brava.
Oh. Where does the nickname Sixth Sense come from?
I'm always one step ahead of people, and I like to study my opponents every single time. So if you think you have a plan A, have a plan B, because I have a plan C, D, all the way to Z for everything that you've thought in your head. So trust me, I'm always one step ahead of you.
I'm absolutely loving that. Thank you, Labrava, for joining me here on
Thank you
Tone
for
In
having me.
Entertainment. You said you love doing interviews.
Yes, I
I
do.
love wrestlers who want to promote themselves,
Yes.
so definitely big ups to you, everybody in Controversial Inc. Nothing but the best. I'm looking forward. I'm getting my seats for CCW because I can't wait for these
Start
matches
packing up
tonight.
your stuff so you can go
Well,
there.
we're out of here. We've already got the important people for
Exactly.
tonight.
You already got Controversial Link. That's all you
We're
need.
done for the night.
That's it.
We're done. We're done. So, guys, if you like interviews like this with Labrava, make sure you stay tuned in here to Tone In Entertainment for future videos. Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.